Hello and welcome to the In News series section of Drishti IAS. I'm Aisha, and in today's episode we will be talking about the right to privacy that comes under Article 21. So does the fundamental right to privacy also include spousal privacy? Now what does spousal privacy means? When we say spouse, it means a husband and a wife. So does the privacy of husband and a wife, or the privacy between husband and a wife, is also a part of right to privacy or not? So this is what we will be looking into. First of all, about the points of discussion. First, we will be looking at the news, then the petition that has been filed with regard to the divorce between a husband and a wife, and then what does Bharatiya Sakshya Adhiniyam 2023 talks about electronic evidence, then what is right to privacy, and in the end, prelims practice question. Topic is of relevance from General Studies paper 2. Let's begin. The news talks about privacy as a fundamental right includes spousal privacy. Evidence obtained by invading this right is inadmissible. Now, this is what the Madras High Court has said. So, they have said that the right to privacy, which comes under Article 21, so the spousal privacy, that is privacy between a husband and a wife, comes under it. So, right to privacy, the spousal privacy comes under right to privacy, and if any evidence will be obtained by breaching the right to privacy of a husband and a wife, then that evidence will be inadmissible in a court of law. So let us see. The Madras High Court has observed that the fundamental right of privacy includes spousal privacy. Spousal privacy is under right to privacy. Very, very important for you to remember this. Now, and this the Madras High Court has said. And the law could not permit or encourage snooping by any one spouse on another. It means that if there is a couple, husband and a wife, and one of them is doing snooping, or one of them is recording things, or one of them is doing things without the permission of the other spouse, then that will not be allowed, because that is a breach of right to privacy. Like, for example, if between a husband and a wife, if the husband is talking on phone and the wife by in some way or the other takes out the call records of the husband without the permission of the husband, so that will not be allowed, and that will not be permissible in a court of law, because that is a breach of right to privacy of the other person. Then evidence that was obtained by invading the privacy of the partner was inadmissible in the court. So if any breach of privacy will be done without the permission of the other person, or anything is done which breaches the right of privacy of one spouse, so that will not be admissible in the court. It means that the court will not accept it. Now, the petition because of which this matter has come up, it is because the court was hearing a civil revision petition which was filed by a woman, and so the woman has filed the civil revision petition, and the husband has filed the case of cruelty, adultery and desertion on the part of the woman, and the man has filed for a petition for dissolution of marriage. So the husband has said that he wants divorce because of the charges like cruelty, adultery and desertion. So he wanted divorce and want to dissolve the marriage, even though the marriage had been for more than 6 to 7 years, or you can say the marriage had been for around more than 12 years, and they had 2 children out of this marriage. And what the husband did was, the husband took out the call records of the wife. So he marked the call data record of the wife, and the woman had filed an application seeking rejection of the document. So what the husband has done is, without the permission of his wife, so the permission was not taken with the wife, and the husband took out the call records of the wife to prove that she was cheating. And now what happened was that then the woman or the wife, she also filed application and she rejected the documents. And these documents were dismissed as premature, and the court also did not accept the documents, as the reason given by the court was that the call records which was taken out by the husband was a breach of the right to privacy of the wife, because the husband had not taken permission from the wife. And the court has said that the trust forms the bedrock of matrimonial relationships, that the trust needs to be there between the spouses, and the breach of the fundamental right becomes very, very difficult on anyone's part, and the spouses must not do it, and if they want to do it, they should seek permission from the other partner. Now, Bharatiya Sakshi Adhiniyam 2023, what does it say and which section of it talks about the electronic records? Because the call records data comes under electronic records or electronic evidence. So, the court has observed that in the light of section 63 and section 39 of the Bharatiya Sakshi Adhiniyam 2023 and section 79A of the Information Technology Act 2000. So, on the basis of these, the court has said that a person who is relying on any electronic record as a document in evidence. So, a person who wants to, who is giving evidence which is in the form of an electronic record, then that evidence, the person must submit a certificate at the time of filing the electronic record. So, if any kind of electronic evidence is being submitted, then the person who is submitting the evidence must submit a certificate and must talk about the evidence that he or she is submitting the electronic evidence to the court. Now, about right to privacy. So, right to privacy comes under Article 21, that is right to life, and right to privacy has been in news since the time it has been included under Article 21, and it gained constitutional recognition in India through the landmark Aadhaar judgment of the year 2017, and the main petitioner in this case was late Justice K.S. Puttaswamy, and he has recently passed away. So, the K.S. Puttaswamy versus Union of India in 2017, and the right to privacy came under Article 21 of right to life and personal liberty and became a fundamental right in India. And the right to privacy, you can say, is not absolute, it has its own restriction, and the restriction can be placed by the state only in 3 conditions, and these 3 conditions are that the right may be restricted only by state action. First is that the right must have a legislative mandate. So, state can look into the legislative mandate of the matter. Then, pursuing a legitimate state purpose. If the state is putting a restriction on the right to privacy, then state must have a legitimate purpose of doing it. Then, it must be proportionate. State must prove that the action which is taken by the state is proportionate in nature or not. It means that such a state action, both in its nature and extent, must be necessary in a democratic society. That if this decision is taken, it is for the good of the society and it will be helpful for the people. So, this is about few of the things about right to privacy, and right to privacy is also a PYQ, and it has been asked by the UPSC that right to privacy comes under which fundamental right, and we have discussed this many a times that the article answer is Article 21. So, basically what you need to remember in this, that right to privacy which comes under Article 21, it also talks about right to be let alone, it also talks about right to be forgotten. Now, it also talks about right to spousal privacy. So, these are the things which can be asked in the examination, and you need to remember that right to spousal privacy comes under right to privacy, and right to privacy comes under Article 21. Now, in the end, a prelims practice question, and you people will give me the answer in the comment section, and it is a PYQ of the year 2018, and the question talks about right to privacy is protected as an intrinsic part of right to life and personal liberty. Which of the following in the Constitution of India correctly and appropriately imply the above statement? A. Article 14 and the provisions under the 42nd Amendment of the Constitution. Then Article 17 and the DPSP in Part 4. Article 21 and the freedoms guaranteed in Part 3. Then Article 24 and provisions under the 44th Amendment to the Constitution. So, out of these 4, which is the correct answer, you people will tell me in the comment section. And that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Till we meet next time. Keep reading, keep writing, and keep subscribing to the channel. Thank you.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.